Hello everyone, welcome back to another Procreate Dreams tutorial. Today we're going to be animating a famous movie scene in Procreate Dreams. So grab your stylus, grab your iPad, and let's get started. So, first thing I'd like to do is play the time-lapse of the drawing that I made for this project. So we'll start that now. Now that we're back, here is the drawing. So what we want to do is bring this into Procreate Dreams. Okay, so in Procreate Dreams here, let's start a new project. And I think I'm going to maybe just to go for the HD square. And if you want to change it, you can click on the little red box there and you can change it to 2K, 4K, 720p, whatever your heart's desire. And then all the sizes are just scrolling up and down just like that. Alright, so I am going to do this square and just do an empty project. So there it is, there's our project made. Now I'm going to go over to Procreate, and here's something that I've learned recently which seems to be a lot more efficient than to do the split screen and all that. If you hold down on your file until you can move it around, then click your home button, go to Dreams, don't pick up your hand, and then drop it onto your canvas here. It'll bring everything in. I think that's so much easier. But then you're going to have to resize it here. So if you click on it here, we're just going to drag it, and let me see. I think I can make it a little bit smaller. So I want it to all fit, and I want to show the important parts, which the upper part of the sky I could cut off a little bit. That's fine. So I think that's good. And then what you want to do is you want to long press onto your canvas here, onto your timeline, and convert your layers to tracks. Alright, that's going to create a group, and it's going to have all your Procreate layers in there, so that we can manipulate each one of those separately. Alright, so what we're going to do first is, I think I'll just move the balloon first. And what animation method are we going to use? As you all know, Procreate Dreams has 3 ways you can animate, and that is performance mode, that is keyframe mode, and also we have frame by frame animation, so the traditional type. So what I'm going to do is performance mode first, and we're going to go to our balloon layer, which I think it's this one here, yeah, so you can see it highlights the balloon there. And the first thing I'm going to do is hit the little 3 dots right there, and we're going to edit the anchor point. I want this anchor point to be down here at the bottom where the string is at, about right there. Okay, another thing I want to do before we get this thing started is to go to my properties here, and I want this duration to be, I think, 10 seconds. So I'm going to change that to 10 seconds. Frames per second, I'm going to keep it at 24, and 1080 by 1080 is the square that we find. That's fine. I'm going to leave all that like it is. Alright, and now you can see it shrunk the timeline down for 10 seconds, so that's about how long we want the animation to be. Alright, so what we're going to do first is we're going to go into performance mode here, which is the little circle, and it says ready at the top right there, so that means it's ready to animate. And then it's going to start animating when you start moving something. So I'm going to click on that little corner right there till I get that little curved line right there. And then, as soon as I start moving this, it's going to start animating. I'm just going to rock my finger back and forth to make the balloon moving in the wind. And then when it goes off the screen, that's all we need. So now, turn that off, go back, check that out. Balloons moving in the wind. Yeah, I think that's good. Alright, so that is the first step of the animation. The next step of the animation, and it's probably going to be the one that takes the most time, is rain. We want to add rain into our scene here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a new layer here in our timeline. So if you hit on the plus here, new track, alright, and then I'm going to go into drawing mode. Alright, my color, I think I probably want it to be a little grayish white, so kind of a rain color. Alright, and the special brush that I'm using today, and I highly recommend you guys go over and check this person out. His name is Doodle Andy. That's DOODLEANDY over on YouTube. I will put a link to his channel in the description below. So I got the animation of the rain from his tutorial. It was very helpful to do this, and I learned a lot by layering the different types of rain to make it look more real. So go check out Doodle Andy. Also, you get this free brush that he's offering, which I used in this animation, and it's a rain brush. So go check him out, give him a sub, and let's get back to what we were doing here. Alright, so the brush that he made is called Rainy Day, and you can download that for free over on Gumroad, or you can give him a tip, which I also recommend, because we all like tips. Okay, and let's see, we're going to maybe take the size down a bit, maybe 30% is good, and I want to draw some rain on my canvas here. So let's just see, and this is a random raindrop brush, which is pretty awesome, and it makes it very easy to add this in. Alright, and then let's see, I think we need more rain above, so, but we can't see it because the background is white, so I want to change that background from being white, and let me see, I forgot where it's at. There it is. If you click on the numbers here, you can go to background, and I'm just going to turn it off completely. We're going to leave it on transparent for right now. Alright, so we'll get out of that. Now we can see some more rain that we want to make here. So I'm just going to start, same brush, same color, and just painting these raindrops going up. So this is kind of like we did with our snow on the penguin animation that we did before. So instead of rain, though, it was snowdrops. Alright, and I'm just going to make sure I get enough. We might not use all of them, that's fine, as long as we have enough here. So just painting these raindrops in. Alright, I think that's good. Alright, now what we want to do is we want to animate this rain. Okay, so now that we have our rain in, let's go ahead and hold long press on the picture that you drew, and we're going to hit fill duration, which is going to take that out to the end of our 10-second playhead. Alright, and now what we need to do is, I think I accidentally undid it by mistake. So fill duration again, there we go. Alright, and I'm going to take out that accidental keyframe there. Alright, so now we're going to keyframe the animation for the rain to come down. So let's click on it. We're going to hit move, move and scale. That's fine. And then let's, I'm going to 3-finger swipe so we can get to the end of our animation here. And we're going to move our rain slowly down. Actually, you don't have to do it slowly because the keyframe is going to do everything for us. So I'm just going to do it until it gets all the way to about the end there. So about right there. Alright, let's see. Make this big again, and let's see how that looks. So push play. And okay, so we have a thing we need to fix on this. So I think if we hold down on our little line here that has the keyframes on it, and we go to set all easing, we're going to just put it on linear right now. So that's going to make the animation start and end all at the same speed. Okay, now let's take a look at it. Here we go. So we can see our raindrops coming down, which it looks really good. All right, so the next thing we want to do is we're going to make another track. So I'm going to hit plus, track, all right, and we're going to draw again. So I'm going to hit the little squiggly line, that's our drawing mode, and we're going to change the color. So the rain, maybe a darker blue color, about that one maybe, that's fine. And we're going to make the rain a little bit smaller. So this is going to be in the background. So things in the background should be smaller, things in the foreground should be bigger. All right, and then we're going to paint the rain again. So you can see they're a little different color and they're a little smaller. And we're going to do these all the way up like we did the other one. Well, there we go. And we'll do some more. And we'll just do it all the way up to where we had the other one at. I think that's good. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing as we did for the other one. So the first thing we need to do is long press onto our drawing, hit fill duration. It's going to stretch it out to the end of the 10 seconds. And then, and I did it again, long press, fill duration. Let's make this bigger here. And we're going to tap it, move scale. We're going to take our keyframe to the end, and then let's move it down. Going to move it until it gets almost to the end again. And if you go to the left and the right a little bit, it's fine too. Just makes it look like the wind's blowing. Okay, there we go. All right, so now let me make this a little smaller and let's see what that looks like. There we go. So we've got some farther off rain. I think that's good. All right, and then we're going to do one more. We're going to hit plus again, add a track. Okay, and this one is going to be really white, and it's going to be really big. So let me see how big these are. I think they're not much bigger than the first one, so we're going to undo that. I'm going to take it up a little bit bigger. I got 63%. Yeah, I think that's fine. So 63, but we're not going to do as many this time. So again, like I said before, the things in the closer to the foreground is going to be bigger. So these are the raindrops that are supposed to be closer to the camera. All right, I think that's enough. Let's see. So again, long press on the drawing, hit fill duration. Okay, and then we're going to click, move and scale. And I don't know why it's way off, but let's move that over. And then we're going to go to the end of the timeline here, and we're going to just move that rain all the way down like we did before to about right there. All right, now one more thing that I want to do for this closer one is I want it to be a little blurred out. So what we're going to do is, if we want a new keyframe animation for a separate item, we need to take the playhead back up to, you see the little clicker, the clacker, the movie clacker, and we're going to tap on it. Now we're going to hit filter this time, and we're going to do a Gaussian blur, and we're going to take that up to about, I look like about 1% only. I think that's good. All right, and that's going to affect the whole track, which that's what we want. Alright, now let's see what our animation looks like. Okay, I think the ones in the front are a little bright, so I think I'm going to do another filter, and we're going to change the opacity to maybe 42%. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, that's better. So just to blur it out a little bit and to not put it so strongly. Alright, so we've got our rain done, we've got our balloon moving, so the last thing we're going to do is the little creepy eyes there. We're going to make them blink. Okay, so what we're going to do next is we're going to go up to the layer with the eyes, which is right here. Alright, and what I'm going to do is, I could do this a number of ways. We could make the little red things close and open, which would be the more difficult way to do it. We could do a mask, which would be another more difficult way to do it. I'm going to do something even easier than that. So we're going to create a new layer, a new track on top of our eyes. And what I'm going to do is, the first thing I'm going to do is turn off the background so I'll be able to see what I'm doing. And I'm going to draw, go into drawing mode, set it to black, and I'm going to draw a little box right on top of the eyes. So when the animation starts, I'm going to have the eyes showing, but then they're going to blink. So I'm going to make a... I thought I was in drawing mode. Am I not? Oh, I think I got my rain brush still on. So let me undo that. I'm going to change the brush to my standard Chamel Inker Streamliner. If that's in the Chamel favorite brush pack, you can go download that if you want. It's over on Patreon also. It's going to make this little black box above the eyes, and hopefully I did that big enough where it'll be hidden by the background layer. So let's turn the background layer back on. Yep, it's hidden. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to animate that black box instead of the eyes. So the first thing we need to do is, like we did with the rain, we need to set that to fill duration, and that's going to bring it all the way to the end there. And then I'm going to keyframe this. So what I'm going to do is tap it, move in scale, and then what we're going to do is move it out just about maybe half a second, and then we're going to take this box and we're going to move it. I think it jumped back to the beginning again. Okay, there we go. And we'll take this box, we're just going to move it down and cover the red eyes. Why are you doing this to me? Maybe because we're not on the keyframe little section. Yeah, that was it. Alright, so I was up here on the drawing itself, so we needed to be down here where the keyframes are. So that's going to close the eye. So there you go. And then we're going to open it back up. So we're going to go out another half a second, and then we're going to move it back up. Alright, so now we have an open and a close. It's a little slow, so what I can do is we need to stretch this out some, and now we can click and hold on our keyframes and we can slide them over. We can make that animation a little quicker. See what that looks like. Yeah, that's good. I like that. Okay, now since Procreate, we've talked about this before, doesn't allow you to copy and paste keyframes yet, we're going to go back up to the main drawing here. I'm going to long press. Is that it? No, I'm sorry. We're going to tap on the clacker again. We're going to edit it and we're going to split the track there. We're going to delete that. And then we're going to take this piece, long press on it, copy it. We're going to bring it over here, somewhere over here maybe, and we're going to long press again and hit paste. So there we're going to have another animation of the eyes. Boom. Another one, okay? And then maybe let's do another one over here. We don't want them like uniformed. We want them to be kind of different. Paste one here. Let's see what that looks like. Blink, blink, blink. Maybe we can move it over a little bit. I don't know what that did, but let's undo that. Move it over a little bit. And maybe we'll do one more here at the end. Paste it again. Alright. So, we've got everything done. I think there's only one more thing I want to do. So, we got our eyes blinking there. We got little balloon moving. We got the rain going on. Alright. And then I think what I want to try to do is maybe make the sky light up like it's lightning. So, what is the best way to do that? We'll figure it out as we go here. So maybe let's go on the layer that is the background here. And let's hit plus and we'll make a new track above it. And then maybe we'll draw something over it. Let's set it to light. Maybe like that. And maybe we'll just go for a airbrush. A soft brush. Maybe take the opacity down some on it, make it really big, and let's see. And you can go a little bit onto the grass too, on the trees, because that will make it like it's lighting up. Alright, okay. Let's hold down on it, field duration, which is going to take it all the way to the end. And we're going to do this like we did with the eyes. We're going to click on it, we're going to filter it, we're going to opacity keyframe it. So we're going to start it completely off. And then we're going to move the playhead down some. Maybe half a second or so. And we're going to click on it again and we're going to bring it all the way up. And then we're going to move it over a little bit more. Click on it again and we're going to move it all the way down. So that should give us like a little flash on and off. Yeah, I like that. Okay, but let's make it a little quicker. So let's hold down your keyframes and you can drag them over, long press on them. You can drag them over to make it quicker. Let's see what that looks like. Boom. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing that we did before. Like I said before, we can't duplicate keyframes yet in Dreams, so we're going to hit edit and split the track and delete this. And then we're going to long press. We're going to copy it. We're going to move it over here. And maybe we'll long press and paste it here. But we're going to change the keyframe. We're going to make this one a little bit quicker. Alright, so we've got two. We got one that's a little slower. Okay, I like it. And then maybe we will copy this one again and put it down maybe here. Alright. And then let's copy this one and let's put it real close so it looks like it. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to do it one more time. Maybe here. Paste it. Alright, and I think that is going to be it. So I hope this has helped you out a lot on animating this movie scene. Bonus points if you can tell me in the comments what this movie is, or what this scene is from, what movie. But I think it's pretty obvious. Most people should probably know what it is. So I'm going to leave you guys with a final animation. Thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. All of the assets that you will need to make this animation will be over in Patreon. So if you go check that out, I will leave the link in the description below, and I'll put it on the screen also. If you haven't subscribed, please do so, and I will see you guys for the next Procreate or Procreate Dreams tutorial. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you again.